Hello everyone, how are you? Good. So we are here in Curtis Bar in Barcelona, and today's we decided to do a little jazzy session and also dedicated not only music session, not only DJing and also some dance performance, but also some, let's say, artist talks with two producers, music producers, because we got lucky to have like Cengiz from London here and Cengiz Karmasound from Barcelona. They are both producing music and DJing, and it will be, for us, it was interesting to get them in dialogue, in conversation about their artistic journey, and as well to see how they produce music, how they create sound, something like this. So let's get started. I will present the two producers now. First, it's Karmasound. He's from Barcelona. He was born in Argentina and raised in Galicia, and now he's living in Barcelona. This Karmasound, just a little applause. and on the left of Karmasound is Cengiz. He's coming from London, UK. Was born in Turkey and living in London. He is, let's say, releasing his music from like labels, co-presents, Dance Regular, and he will tell about himself a bit more later. And let's start with first question. Cengiz, all works? We go?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, we go. Good. So,
It's recording, yeah.
it's recorded.
But all the introduction we didn't record.
It's okay without introduction. So, Damian, let's start with you.
Okay.
The first question gonna be actually, how did you get with the music production, and like what was your motivation behind the music, to start to make music?
Hi everyone. I started music in the late 90s and with my soul brother Oliver in Galicia. We started to dance. At the time, it was very popular, the New Jack Swing, hip hop and break dancing. And we danced. And after that, we interested in create loops or music for rapping over there. And we start to making loops on tapes with a record or CD, and in the tape player to record it, and at the same time press pause and repeat and create like a from the breaks on the vinyls. I went interested on this, and the motivation, it was have fun, basically, like a young people.
So you was creating. So you was creating music and at the same time dancing with this music, or it's like already was after?
Yeah, after that.
After that.
Yeah.
And you get DJing as well in that moment?
After that.
After.
Yeah.
Okay.
I began to.
We will have the.
Yeah, I began to dance with 12 years old, and it's only have fun. And after that, I interested more for the music, and we try to make music.
Okay. Cengiz?
Well, okay. Well, I mean, I got into music production because I wanted to DJ, actually. At the time, I was around the time 2003, 2004. I mean, I was in London. I moved to London. And then at that point, I started buying records and really got interested in, like the music scenes there and so forth. And I wanted to DJ. But there was a lot of DJs. And the only way to kind of make a name was through production. I mean, at least that's what I felt like at the time. So you had to you get into music production, make some, tunes, put them out, and then people will start booking you. Obviously that didn't work out. It took a while, but that's the reason I got into it. But later on, I realized, you know what, I actually like this. I like making music and beats and whatever tunes, and I just essentially just worked on my craft and got a little bit better, learned a bit of music theory and so forth, and then that's how kind of it progressed into what it is today. So yeah, that's how.
And let's continue. Okay, let's continue with the question. So what's today? Yes. So today, how would you characterize the music that you're doing, and actually what kind of music cultures or genres was inspired you for this music, or was shaping your taste?
So I'll answer first this time, and then you can go. Yeah.
Freestyle.
Yeah. So I mean, I've always been into a lot of different styles of music anyway. I mean, predominantly sort of, I guess, 70s, early 80s kind of jazz, funk, fusion, stuff like that. But also, I mean, that wasn't my starting point. I was obviously more like electronic stuff. I mean, trip hop, and I'm also like acid jazz and drum and bass. I was listening to a lot of drum and bass back in the day, but like then I obviously started discovering the old music, the jazz, fusion, the Brazilian sounds and all that stuff, which a lot of the records that I was listening to were getting their samples from. You know what I mean? They were chopping up those beats and whatever, and so of course that was my starting point. But then actually right about the same time I was in London, the broken beat scene was booming. A lot of producers were putting out stuff, and it was getting the radio play, and it was getting quite popular. Not commercial sense, but like people were really digging it, and that I love that music. I mean, I'm not sure if people are familiar with the music itself. Broken beats. I mean, we'll do some demos, and we'll obviously all night long we're gonna play that kind of sound and. But yeah, it was a predominantly UK sound essentially, and yeah, that's kind of somehow I got into that, and I started making broken beats, and sort of people now identify me with that scene, the broken beat scene. So as a broken beat producer, despite the fact that I'm not necessarily, I mean, I'm not like a one-trick pony, like just do always the same kind of broken beat style. I mean, I've tried to, experiment a bit, work with musicians, try to expand my musical boundaries. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and yeah, I'm current London's broken beat scene, Selectors Assemble, Co-op Presents. These are like sort of big names in the scene now. So yeah, that's kind of how people identify me.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. And for Karmasound?
I think it's the same.
Did I
Now I come to the hip hop. I started making hip hop beats, but I think hip hop introduced me to a lot of genres and kind of music, like jazz, funk, soul, and because all the samples that I heard in the rap music, it was in that music, the jazz, the soul, the funk, and after that, yeah, I make broken beats too. I know the broken beats in the 2000s, and I'm interested in this music because all the things like what I like is on this music, like the Latin, the house, the hip hop, all mixed on one music, and I love this kind of sound, but I don't like put myself in a scene or something like that because I like a lot of style of kind of music and like traditional music or Latin music. But yeah, the broken beat and hip hop is the main thing, or is my approach to make music, for example.
Okay.
I got a question. What was the first broken beat track that you really dig? Do you remember? It doesn't have to be the first one. Just give me a name.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
It's only try things, like experimenting.
No. Like I meant like a
track that I
heard. Yeah.
Probably something for Hero or Jazzanova.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
many years ago?
Eh?
How many years ago? ¿Hace cuánto tiempo?
Yeah, but what?
You did this first song.
No. I heard.
This is an influence that he's talking about. So yeah. I mean, for Hero, Jazzanova. Yeah.
In the 2000.
Yeah, cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, let's go next. So we understand that you're part of the scene of broken beats, both of you. Yeah? Do you want to say something about broken beat scene? A little bit? Let's go, Cengiz. Like, what is the scene, just shortly?
I mean, I think I did a bit, but yeah. I mean, it's a lot of diverse. I mean, that's what you earlier said. I mean, the actual music itself, it's very eclectic. Like as it could be jazzy, it could be Latin, it could be really like bass music. You know what I mean? But like it's so that just opens up. Club music,
Jazz music.
or jazz, yeah, exactly. And it's got those patterns and it's got those characteristics, and it just I guess it opens up the genre for a lot of producers. I mean, if it's a house producer, I mean, that's what's happening now. Like house producers are like, oh, broken beats, I like this, and they try their take on it. You know what I mean?
But I think the approach to make music is similar to house producers or hip hop producers, and it's more easy.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just it's more. I mean, I guess it's sampling, really. It's sampling, chopping up beats, layering up, and a lot of jazzy elements in it. I mean, but again, it doesn't have to be. It could be really like club music. We will still identify as broken beats. So, but overall, the scene is quite interesting. And also in the UK now, what's happening is, I mean, it's been happening for the last 5-6 years. Is the jazz UK jazz scene and the sort of the broken beat scene are kind of coming together. And they're getting influence from each other in a way. These scenes are influencing each other. I mean, you do UK jazz stuff now that's coming out. I mean, you'll hear it and stuff. This is what we do in the production room. Like, it's like really heavy drums. It's just live. Whereas when we do it in the studio, it just sounds more electronic. But I mean, it's still got that a little bit of a live feeling, and I mean, it depends how you produce it, right? So, but I mean, the fact that these scenes are influencing each other and supporting each other, that's really cool. So I don't know if that explains anything, but yeah.
I think when you will start to demonstrate your demos as well, it explains this type of sound that you're doing. And let's go to actually the process of production. Cengiz, we start with you. Okay. So how you do your music? What is your process? You starting with samples? You play some instruments?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't classify myself as a musician as much as some people say that I am. I am essentially a producer. I'm not musically trained, but I study, I learn, chords, scales, things like that, because it helps with the music, because otherwise you're just very limited. But yeah, I mean, most of my beats are sampled. I'll take funk breaks, jazz breaks, whatever, I like the sound of it, and I'll chop it up, rearrange it, and build my drum bass. And then after that, it depends really. I try to play a lot of stuff. But obviously the point I want to be I'm not there, so it's difficult sometimes, you know what I mean, to kind of get the exact sound in your head, because very jazzy stuff is hard to play, you know. So sometimes I do sample, but yeah, you know, I try to play at least the keys and things like that. Or I started doing more working with musicians.
Okay.
And you know, I'll basically create an idea, a demo. I'll send it over and say, well, we need something like this. Sometimes I sing it to them, or you know what I mean, something on those lines, and they'll play it, and then it's good, bad, whatever, take again and chop it up and stuff like that. I mean, working with musicians is fantastic actually, because you learn a lot, and it's actually fun. You're not on your own, you know, just there doing beats in your little studio like a nerd, you know what I mean? It's a social experience as well. So but yeah, so I mean, I guess that, I mean, it's a bit of everything really, bit of playing, bit of sampling, working with other people. I mean, I suppose most producers are like that really. I don't, not much more, but yeah, that's and yeah, I mean, I also have a studio and I have some analog gear. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's some interest to people, but I know there's like nerds that are crazy about, oh, if it's not analog, no way, man. But like, I'm not like that. I mean, I'll use digital stuff, I'll use analog stuff, but you know, you just gotta make it sound good. That's all. That's the idea. But yeah, that's me.
Okay, and you're done. You play some instruments?
Yeah, I haven't a properly approach to make music. You know, maybe sometimes the inspiration comes jamming on the keyboard, or I listen in some music and I love to sample something, or I invented a melody and will develop after. And yeah, I try to play instruments too. I try, but I use the technology for help me to develop the tracks. And again, my approach comes to the hip hop, to making beats. Like before, I take loops from records and make beats, and now I try to loop myself.
Okay.
So I playing my stuff, playing keys, playing electric bass or percussions or whatever on my own style, or I don't study, but I try to play and try to do the music more realistic on the production, not too more organic.
More organic. Yeah.
You collaborate with musicians as well?
Yeah, with guitarists or trumpet players. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool for the reason he said. It's super cool because you learn a lot in a short time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you share your knowledge and the other people too.
Okay. So we can go with maybe his production.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say this guy is actually pretty good on the keys. He's underselling now. We collaborated on a track. Hopefully, we will lay some vocals on that at some point. But yeah, no, he's good. He's good. So yeah, but yeah, we can, I guess, do some demos now.
Yeah.
So I'll pass it on to you.
Okay, this is a track I make for the Summer Dance Festival in
Summer Dance Forever.
Yeah, Summer Dance Forever. It's a festival in Netherlands, right?
Yeah,
dance festival, and then it was a compilation for a friend of yours, EVM 128, on the label Dance Regular and Supersonic Jazz, and it's playing a little bit here. This is Cubase, the software where I recorded the tracks. I usually use all audio. I don't use MIDI or maybe some synthesizers or something. And this track is created from the percussion sample. This here. here. I listen to this percussion and I love it, and I sample and loop it. It's like Latin flavor thing. After that, I programmed the drum machine with the machine. This one, it's like a external plugin. You wanna listen here. This red thing is all the drums and percussion stuff. Okay, let me shaker here. So right and clave. It's a sample. I think it's Lee Morgan, the room roller.
Wow.
Yeah. Nah, it's okay. In fact, give me a moment.
It's nice. I didn't hear that in the other.
I can't see the search. Okay. Well, whatever. Okay, and that's it, the part of rhythm. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, here.
Careful with.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
The value of this part. It's all the part from the keys, wrote this. This is the intro. It's like all suspended chords. And I make different parts on that. Green one is the bass. And I go recorded all of that. Usually I play chords and the harmony first, and after that the bass lines with an electric bass. And I edit, obviously, with the bad parts, and I made arranges. Another part with I make melodies with the Rhodes. Okay, on that, this section on pink is the synthesizers. I play again for us, for you. And basically I made layers and first I usually I made a loop, maybe 16 bars, and create an idea, and after that I structure the whole thing, and after that I made arranges over that, different sections and bridges and chorus and all of that. and after that I put layers and layers of synthesizers, melodies, strings. For example, here, sorry. The string section here. For this part, and I add with some clavinets. Clavinets here, piano chords. No, it's the final part. Okay, this final part is interesting for me. It's like more Brazilian vibes here. Piano chords, synths, chords. Wrote this melody. I create this melody first with vocals and vocoders. You know, vocoders is a mic plug in a synthesizer, and you can to play the notes with like a robot or something like that. It sounds like that. This is my voice, but it's better than the vocoder. And with the Rhodes, and that sounds like that. The whole thing. Like other sections, like Latin vibes thing. We can play the whole thing. Maybe if you want, I can to play the whole thing for you guys see the different sections and stuff.
Nostalgia literally means the pain of an old wound. It's a twinge in your heart, far more powerful than memory alone. This device isn't a spaceship. It's a time machine. It goes backward. Nostalgia literally means the pain from an old wound. It's a twinge in your heart, far more powerful than memory alone. This device isn't a spaceship. It's a time machine. It goes backwards, forwards. It takes us to a place where we ache to go again.
Oh. Thank you. Yeah, that was, oh my God. A little bit less.
Stop shouting in it then.
I'm not shouting. It's like, it should be like this. So, yeah, very good. That was actually, well, the dancers who, you know, the Summer Dance Forever. And they, last year, they was releasing one album compilation, and that track was there on that compilation. We danced it. And you have it? You can demonstrate the vinyl? It's just, well, actually you can find it in Spotify. There is, how many tracks is there, Cengiz, around? 10, I think. 10. Okay, no album. You forgot it.
I don't read.
Okay, so yeah, let's go to Cengiz.
Yeah.
He will be doing some magic.
Yeah, right, magic. So I'm not gonna demonstrate. I'm not gonna actually do what he did. Do something a little different. So I prepared a little beat this morning because yeah, I didn't want to really do it here. That would just look amateur. So what I did is what we're gonna do is I guess we're gonna sort of remix a particular track, a particular jazz track, which in the past J Dilla sampled. I mean, actually, what I'll do is I'll play you the track. Hang on a minute. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I don't know whether you guys know this track, but this is a very famous De La Soul track, and it uses the sample itself. So here we go.
You know those stakes is high. The instamatic focal point bringing damage to your burrow. Be some brothers from the east with the beats that be thorough. Got the solar gravitation, so I'm bound to pull it. I gets down like brothers are found, ducking from bullets.
So yeah, I'm not gonna play the whole track. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's essentially the piano sample there, which is starting in the beginning of
Focal point bringing.
Hang on, sorry about that. So that comes from an actually Ahmed Jamal track, which is this. This is not the actual. Not sure if this is the version, but maybe it is. But let's try. So. So yeah, so that's where the sample comes from. I actually don't.
That's the original track.
Yeah, that's the original track, and then earlier I played the De La Soul version, and now what we'll do now is, essentially, the chords are these. Okay, so those are our chords, right? So what I did is I figured out those chords. Not gonna tell you how I figured those out. And those chords now I have here in a digital piano, basically. Keep doing that. Right, so those are our chords. Now I've got them in what we call MIDI. MIDI is essentially, I mean, those who you don't know, it's the notes, right? And we can write the notes, and then we can put anything against this that supports MIDI. It could be a hardware instrument. You send the signal, so you're basically sending the notes to the hardware instrument, and it plays it. Or I can just stick a piano here, which I kind of did. A piano VST, we call them VSTs. So now we got the notes, right? So this on its own, obviously they're beautiful chords, but maybe they're not very interesting, you know? I mean, not interesting in the club music sense, right? So what I did is I messed around with them, and I gave it a little bit more rhythm. So now the chords are gonna sound like this. It's still gonna be the same melody, but it's just gonna have a bit more club feel to it, right? So here we go. So I know that sounds a bit weird right now on its own, because when the beats come in, it's gonna make sense. So that's like the main musical element. So now we're gonna construct a beat, right? So we want a beat to go with this. Hang on. There's so many tracks. Okay, right. So where I started with this beat today is, hang on a minute, if I can find it. Here we go. So I found this particular break. Yeah, so this is the break that I wanted to start with. Let's go like that. No, hang on. That's our break. Right, so this is a basic funk break. I mean, some hip hop producer can easily take this and make a dope beat out of it, and rap on it and so forth. But that's not very broken beat. So now what I did is I chopped up and then created a sort of a different vibe really. So now it sounds like this. Right. Okay. Now. That doesn't really groove at the moment, right? So we're gonna add a lot of shit on it, right? So first of all, we add some snares. Here we go, to give it more. Right. So it's grooving a little bit more now, right? So, but we need more groove, right? So we're gonna add some hi-hats. Here we go. So extra hi-hats. Right. Now, as it is, it grooves, right? But we need to break that sound system, right? So we gotta add a layer of kick on it, right? So let's add a layer of kick. Now it's getting there, right? Okay, so now the final element is always you gotta add a tambourine or a shaker. That's just me. That's my perfect. I always like a bit of tambourine and shaker, so I'm gonna add a shaker on it. Right. So crash, very important. A lot of producers say crashes are old school, crashes for losers. No, you always need a crash in the beginning of the bar because it makes it just so much better, right? So, the crash is like, yeah, you gotta have a crash, right? I mean, that's just old school house mentality, right? Okay, so now yeah, beginning of the bar, or beginning, yeah, every 4 bars, every 8 bars, every 16 bars, whatever you want to do, right? So now I want to add a little vocal sample because I can. Here we go. Okay, so now we're gonna groovy beat, right? So let's play it with the piano. Where's the piano? Where are you? Okay, here we go. Okay, so the piano's working, I guess. By the way, I mean, obviously this was a real quick thing today. Most likely there's better ways of playing this piano, but I wasn't gonna spend hours trying to get it 100% right. You can probably play it in different rhythms, different voicings, but it just sounds fine for now, right? Okay, so now the most important element is the sub, the bass line, right? I kept that very simple, but I think it's pretty effective. So let's listen again with the piano. I'll kick off the sub line and the beginning bar. Yeah, that's how you break a sound system. Obviously, this is not mixed, it's not mastered. There's a lot of things that at the mixing and mastering stage will probably take out and change, and You know what I mean? That never ends, and it is that's the nightmare part of the production stage, because this is the fun part. You know, 2 hours, you knock a beat out, and then tomorrow you get up and you say, "Oh, this sounds like shit," and then you just redo it again, right? But anyway, yes, so that's this. But what I also did that I don't know, I've basically so this is a loop, right? So from this stage onwards, we go to an arrangement stage where we'll obviously stretch that out, and go like, we start with the beats first, and then maybe we get into shakers and some percussion, then the piano comes in, and then the bass comes and so forth. Obviously this is not an arrangement, this is just a 4-bar loop. But I mean, what I was just playing with some ideas basically, and like for instance, what I did is I've added some strings to this. So for instance, the strings are gonna sound like this. Right, so with the piano. Okay, so that's one idea, and then why I thought is, okay, well, we got this really clubby, housey piano line, so what we can essentially do is maybe we take that out and we put a straight in Rhodes piano playing the same chords. Again, these chords are kind of repeating each other. I played with a few notes, but it will need more adjustments, but it could be something like this. And then maybe I can put a top like this. So yeah, that's pretty much the production process, my production process essentially. So what I'll do is I'll create like ideas like this. I mean, that's similar. Everybody does the same thing. So we create these ideas and then we kill ourselves to make it sound great and big, and like the arrangement and everything like that. But this is again coming back to working with musicians. Like you see, obviously these are very jazzy chords, and as much as they sound very simple, I wouldn't at this stage in my life I wouldn't be able to come up with such voicings, right? But like working with musicians, this is where the trick is, like, because you'll get a key player and they'll knock out and they knock out some chords, and like they're just beautiful straight away. And they will do is, it won't just repeat the same chords, they'll be like changing them around a bit, changing the voices, and like it just gives it a more I guess organic live feel, right? So actually the pianos are being played rather than being programmed. Now there are producers are insane, like they're like Civi. I think Civi, like he just is on the mouse. Like he produces some amazing chords, like creates some chords and melodies and harmonies. It's about the knowledge, to be honest. So you can do it with the mouse.
Only paint MIDI.
Yeah, only with the middle mouse. So that it is possible, but you gotta have to have that knowledge to be able to figure out where to do those changes, what sounds good, and so forth. Or you steal the shit. So basically, yeah, you go and sample some stuff, and you don't say, and you mess it around, and then nobody knows, right? And then you're like a great piano player. No, you're not. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of the process.
So you just created today
this morning with a hangover. So that was fun.
So, yeah, make applause for the hangover song. Okay,
Some banger.
So yeah, let's after all of this process, interesting is like what's new, or like what's new you're doing. Let's say finish this technical part of all productions. Like what's new now? What you doing now? What you working on now? Like any collaborations or planning release? Damian, you?
Yeah, I been finished an album with a friend from Portugal, Pedro Ricardo, and we do an album like more another wave of music, like fusion music. He is from Portugal, I'm from Argentina and Galicia, and we mix all that kind of music together from Brazil, Portugal, Galicia, and Argentina, and it's a fusion way. And it will be released on Canela and Surco, a label from here, from a friend, Rachel Martinez. He's a real great digger and super fun guy. And after that, I make music with hip hop guys from here, Mabrici and Juli Giuliani, and make music with Cengiz here at these weeks, and an EP with Bristol producer Sean McCabe, and it will be released in the end of August, and on Future Shock Music label in Bristol too, and yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is the.
Yeah, I'm not as busy as this guy. I don't have like loads in the pipeline. Now, I mean, there's a few bits and pieces coming out. I've got a track. Well, I mean, I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I've got a track with Dance Regular. This was an interesting one. I've done a cover of like a UK jazz funk, UK jazz funk, track. I think from the 80s. I don't know. Maybe I think it's the 80s. And I worked with the actual local musician on that, Claudio, on the saxophone.
It should be here.
We should be here, but he's not. Yeah. But yeah, he's fantastic. He wrote magical brass sections on it, and yeah, hopefully that's gonna come out.
Remix.
Yeah. The what?
Remix or
Wait. Oh yeah. Just drop plug. Bye. Yeah. LCSM is like a band that is put together by IG Culture in the UK. And a bunch of us from the Selectors Assemble, we remixed the tracks from the original album that just dropped. So yeah, and I think it's doing quite well. It's a really good remix EP actually, so something to check out as well. And yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of unfinished projects and ideas, and which I need to really get on and start finishing. But yeah, I mean, the goal is to work with more musicians and make music that is beyond me at this stage in my life, basically.
Where we can find your music?
I mean, my stuff is you just go to my website. It's cengiz.com, and all the links are there, and SoundCloud, whatnot, and
everywhere. Spotify, things.
Just type Karmasound and you'll get it. I think that's probably the best.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, we go to. It's a promotion time, yeah. And yeah, let's finish our conversation with not technical questions. My favorite one. Don't show us your answers. You show us your answers. I'm joking. I love to usually to ask some artistical questions. Cengiz doesn't like it. But I have it still. Karmasound, where you get inspiration besides of the music field? What's in art or in culture inspires you? Where you get more sources of inspiration?
I think it's life. Yeah, no, but I think more than music or books or something like that. Yeah, obviously, yeah. But I think the natural things, friends, close friends, and live things with my friends, with my family, and live things. You know, for example, the last year with the lockdown, for me. It was a crisis for for compose or for do anything, because I don't really live nothing the day by day on, and you can't offer for me. I can't inspiration if
there is
yeah, if you don't live. For me, it's the most important for continue to make music. You know new people, meet people, and share. It's the most important for me for keep going to make something.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, you just stole my answers. Well, no, I mean, it's what he says is, I think, is the inspiration. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I'm like I've seen some art and I'm inspired and I'm gonna create. No, I mean, you know, sorry, I know I can't make it artistic, Marina, that, you know, as much as you want it, but it is true. It's human, you know, human interaction is what makes it interesting. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, I think, yeah, usually the best tunes I did, or at least the best tunes I think I did, came after some sort of, you know, human connection, you know, after that, you know, which just organically happens, you know. I mean, especially, I'm not that kind of producer who can just go into the studio and knock out 10 beats. It just takes a long time with me. I mean, I just gotta really feel it, you know what I mean? And that's all about that connection, and that's why also, again, going back, it's good to work with people, be in the same space creating, because you feed off of each other. You do a joke, you drink a beer, and and then magic happens, you know. So I think it's just that's it. Yeah, that's that.
Okay, what you wanted something? Yeah, good. Connected with this question, yeah, we spoke about like COVID and stuff of life. The last question is like, or share with us like your, I don't know, day by day phrase that you use in, let's say, for live.
I mean, this is actually on my wall, and I did write it down because I don't always remember it, but it's really connected. It's connected with the fact that, you know, I'm personally, like, in life, I'm always like, you know, I feel like I'm not getting any good, you know what I mean, with things, with, you know, and I'm also like, I always have this worry, I gotta do more, or like, and then you don't do it, and then it's like, you know, you don't get any better, and it's just like seeing progress in life. I think it's really difficult sometimes. I think this is a Mark Twain, what do you call it, saying, and it's continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection, which sums up that whole thing. You got to do a little every day, and you'll be great, you know, on the long run. And this is really difficult for me to live by, you know, because you're surrounded by success, Instagram, this, that, whatnot. You're seeing people, and now you're like thinking, fuck, man, you know, look what these guys are doing, and it's just an illusion, right? Or as long as you put in the work, they'll just, you know, practice every day. You get better at your craft, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be music, art. It could be business. It could be anything in life, right? So I think that's up on my wall. I look at it every day and remind myself, chill the fuck out.
And you, Dan?
I can't respond this on English.
Okay,
I need to Yo no tengo ninguna frase que defina mi filosofía de vida ni nada, pero creo que, bueno, puede ser uno mismo. Creo que es ser uno mismo, be yourself, ¿no? Y intentar ser buena persona, intentar querer a tu gente cercana, a tus amigos, cuidarlos, tu familia, estar positivo ante todo, siempre. Y creo que esa es mi filosofía de vida, sin más, de intentar dar lo mejor de mí para el resto y ser buena persona, intentar ser buena persona, porque es complicado hoy en día.
That's cool. Thank you. I think there is nothing else to add to this positive. I think it's also should not translate it. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you so much, Cengiz. Thank you so much, Damian, for let's say, share with us this these projects, your artistic career, your journey, because we all, let's say, artists in some kind of way. It's interesting how it's happening, processes and career behind the desk of DJs. So they're gonna continue to DJ now. We continue to hang out, to dance, and let's again make some noise for them, for their session. That was hard one, the interview part. And we continue with their DJ sets. Yeah, thank you.